All right, so today we're going to talk about something that a ton of super successful people run into, but almost nobody talks about. It's called the high achievers pivot. Okay, so right out of the gate, I'm going to hit you with some advice that probably goes against, well, everything you've ever been told. Ready? Compare yourself to others. Yeah, I know. It sounds totally backward, right? But what if it's not? What if for someone like you, a real high achiever, that's the actual key to getting unstuck? And that really leads us to the big question here. You know that drive, that fire that got you where you are, that helped you climb the ladder so fast? Why why does it suddenly feel like it's just burning you out? It's super frustrating, and trust me, you are not alone in feeling this. This is exactly what we call the high achievers paradox. It's this weird flip. Your greatest strength, that relentless ambition that was like your superpower, suddenly feels like it's, I don't know, a ball and chain. It becomes the hurdle. I mean, think about it. You've done everything you were supposed to do, right? You shot up the career ladder way faster than anyone else. You got the awards, you hit every single target. But now, that feeling of moving forward is gone. You feel stuck, totally stuck, like you're just spinning your wheels. So to really get why this is happening, we've got to go back. We need to look at where all these high-achieving habits came from in the first place. Let's call that early part of your career the sprint. And you'll see the rules of the sprint are a whole different ballgame. And just look at this. This is what that early velocity looks like. It's like a highlight reel, isn't it? Year one, boom, you're the top grad hire. A year later, bam, first promotion. Before you know it, you're getting the chairman's award. It's just fast. It's all happening in a straight line. And man, does it feel good. It's so validating. But here's the trap. All that speed, it sets up what we call a mental benchmark. It gets wired into your brain. You start thinking that this insane pace is the standard. It becomes the only way you know how to measure success. And so anything slower than that, well, it just feels like you're failing, doesn't it? And look, for a long time, that strategy worked. It was brilliant. Your main competition was just you from last year, and you were crushing it. You were always winning. Every new title, every award, it was all just proof that you were constantly leveling up. But then something shifts. The rules of the game just change. And this right here, this is the most important part to get. You've entered a whole new phase, and that playbook that got you here, it's just not going to work anymore. And here's one of the simplest reasons why. Just look at this. The path literally gets narrower. It's a pyramid, right? Lots of room at the bottom, not so much at the top. The slowdown you're feeling, it's not about you. It's not a personal failure. It's just the structure of how things work. It's basic math. So this is the big aha moment. Your career has shifted big time. It's not a sprint anymore, it's a marathon. So the pace, it goes from being super fast and linear to being strategic and honestly more patient. The rewards, they're not going to be those constant promotions. Now it's about getting bigger responsibilities, having a real impact. And your focus, it has to shift from just what you can achieve to building broader experience and becoming a leader. It's not about outdoing last year's job, it's about building real depth and maturity. And this quote just says it all perfectly. The rewards don't go away, they just change. They transform. You're no longer just chasing the next job title. Instead, people start trusting you with the really important stuff, the high-stakes projects that actually shape the business. That's the new win. That's the reward now. Okay, so we get the problem, right? The game has changed. The question is, what do you do about it? How do you adapt? Well, it's time to start thinking about how to run the marathon. And that means adopting a totally new mindset, one that's built for the long game. And it really comes down to a simple 3-step pivot. Number 1, just pause. Seriously, stop running for a minute and actually look back at how far you've come. Number 2, you've got to actively redefine what a win looks like for you now. And number 3, you have to learn to embrace this new pace. It's not slower, it's more deliberate. And I want to be super clear about this. This isn't about giving up or slowing down. It's not about losing your ambition, not at all. It's about shifting your energy from just raw speed to resilience, a sustainable strength. It's a whole different kind of power, and it's what you need to get to that next level. So if you're not just taking off promotions anymore, what's the new scorecard? Well, it's about asking totally different questions. Instead of, did I get promoted? You ask, what new experience did I gain? Instead of, did I get an award? You ask, am I becoming a better leader? It's about your strategic impact, how deep your expertise is becoming. That is how you measure success now. And all of this really brings us to the final and I think most powerful idea here. You've got to start playing the long game. And that means you get to redefine what winning even means. You get to set the terms. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this. You are running a different race now. It's not the same sprint, the rules are different, the track is different, everything is different. So please, give yourself some credit for how far you've come. And then, get ready for what's next. Which brings us right here. This is the question I want to leave you with. Seriously, forget about that old sprint. Forget the benchmarks that are just making you feel stuck. Looking forward, from right now, what does winning your long game, your own personal marathon, really look like? Because figuring that out, well, that's the beginning of everything.